The Altair 5 multi-gas detector is designed to enhance worker safety by detecting combustible and toxic gases and vapors, and oxygen-deficient or oxygen-rich atmospheres. The Altair 5 multi-gas detector is available with a standard monochrome display, or an optional colored display. The Altair 5 runs on rechargeable lithium-ion battery pack. Depending upon conditions, the lithium-ion battery pack can power the unit for up to 14 hours, or an optional AAA alkaline battery pack. The lithium-ion battery pack has a built-in LED charge indicator. Red indicates that the battery pack is charging. Green indicates a full charge, and amber indicates a fault. The Altair 5 multi-gas monitor uses up to 5 gas sensors: a combustible gas sensor, an oxygen sensor, a user-defined toxic sensor. A dual toxic gas sensor detects both carbon monoxide and hydrogen sulfide, and an IR sensor, expanding the unit's capability to 6 hazardous gases. Alarm levels for individual gases are factory set. Use the Instrument Setup menu or MSA Link software to change alarm levels. Visit msanet.com to download the latest version. The Altair 5 is menu-driven using 3 function buttons. The on-off button turns the instrument on and turns the backlight on in measurement mode. To turn the instrument off, press and hold the on-off button for about 4 seconds. In the Setup menu, use the on-off button to enter selections. For example, to turn the vibrating alarm on or off, press the down arrow button to move forward through the menu to alarm options. Press the on-off button to select Vibrate. Then use it to toggle between on and off. The up and down arrow buttons move forward or backward through the options menus, and increase or decrease values after selecting an option. For example, to change calibration cylinder information, press the up arrow button to select Cal Options. Press the on-off button once for OK. Use the on-off button to enter selection. Then press it again for change. Use the up and down arrows to increase or decrease highlighted values. Then press the on-off button for OK. To exit the Setup menu, navigate forward or backward until you reach a menu prompt. The Altair 5 has 2 potentially life-saving alarms. Motion Alert activates a man-down alarm if the unit does not detect motion for 30 seconds. Instant Alert lets users manually activate audible and visible alarms to help rescuers find them in an emergency. The Altair 5 multi-gas detector monitors itself and 5 gas concentrations for alarm conditions. Flashing green, safe LEDs indicate that the system is working properly. See the operating manual for details on safe LED indications. Press the on-off button to turn the instrument on. The instrument performs a self-test and checks for missing sensors.
Right there.
If an enabled sensor is not properly installed, the unit displays a sensor missing message, enters a sensor missing alarm state, and turns itself off after 60 seconds. If the instrument does not detect a missing sensor, the turn-on sequence continues and the instrument displays the MSA logo, software version, instrument name and serial number, company name, department, and username. It identifies the combustible gas sensor installed, low and high alarm set points, short-term exposure limit or STEL, and time-weighted average or TWA alarm set points, calibration cylinder settings, the current date, the last calibration date, the date the next calibration is due, sensor warm-up progress, fresh air setup prompt. Press the down arrow button to enter fresh air setup. If the instrument detects a hazardous gas concentration, it will ignore the fresh air setup command and enter an alarm state. Do not activate the fresh air setup unless you are certain you are in fresh, uncontaminated air. Otherwise, inaccurate readings can occur which can falsely indicate that a hazardous atmosphere is safe. If you have any doubts as to the quality of the surrounding air, do not use the fresh air setup feature. Do not use the fresh air setup as a substitute for daily calibration checks. The calibration check is required to verify span accuracy. Failure to follow this warning can result in serious personal injury or death. To skip the fresh air setup and go directly into measurement mode, press the up arrow. To perform a fresh air setup, press the down arrow button. Within preset limits, fresh air setup sets all sensors to 0. If the instrument passes the fresh air setup, it automatically enters measurement mode and is ready to use. If a sensor 0 point falls outside the preset limits, the display identifies the faulty sensor. If the instrument fails a fresh air setup, repeat the process. If it fails a second time, do not use the instrument. Contact the MSA Instrument Service Department at 1-800-MSA-2222. If the instrument passes the fresh air setup, it automatically returns to measurement mode and presents two options, peak or cal. Perform a calibration check before each day's use for each installed sensor. To check calibration, you will need the proper gas cylinder, 0.25 liters per minute flow regulator, 1/8 inch interior dimension superthane ester tubing, and an Altair 5 calibration cap. See MSA datasheet ID 080028 to help choose the right calibration kit. Verify that the gas concentrations match the calibration check gas cylinder. If necessary, adjust the values on the calibration setup page. From the main page, press and hold the up and down arrow buttons. Use the up and down arrows to enter the password. The default password is 672. Use the calibration options menu to change calibration cylinder values. For example, to change the hydrogen sulfide value, press the on-off button to navigate to H2S ppm. Use the up and down arrow buttons to change values. Press the button to increase or decrease the value by 1. Press and hold the button to increase the value by 10. You can also use the calibration options menu to enable or disable calibration due display at startup. Enable or disable display of the last calibration date at startup. And enable or disable calibration password protection. Connect the calibration cap to the instrument. Ensure that it is oriented correctly. Connect the end of the tubing to the cylinder regulator. Navigate to the measurement mode screen and press and hold the up arrow button until 0 calibration flashes. Press the down arrow button for yes. Span calibration flashes. Press the down arrow button for yes. Connect the tubing to the calibration cap or pump inlet. After the CalCheck test completes, the instrument momentarily displays pass or error screen, identifies sensors that failed calibration, then returns to measurement mode. After a successful test, the instrument displays a check mark in the measurement mode for 24 hours. Use the Galaxy test stand and calibration gas cylinder for automatic instrument calibration before each day's use. It's an easy procedure and should take less than a minute. Do not use silicone-type lubricants in assembling the Galaxy automated test system, and do not allow silicone vapors to be drawn into the flow system while in operation. Silicone tends to desensitize the combustible gas sensor, thereby giving erroneously low readings. Use the Galaxy system only in non-hazardous environments free of combustible concentrations of gases and vapors. Failure to follow this warning can result in serious personal injury or death. To test an instrument, make sure that the Galaxy test stand is connected to an adequate gas supply and is plugged in or powered by an optional replaceable battery pack. Turn the instrument on and let it warm up. Instrument must fully warm up. Failing to allow unit to warm up can cause erroneous test results, which can cause inaccurate calibrations. Check the Galaxy System Test Stand LCD for the flashing Insert Instrument prompt. Do not insert the instrument until you see this prompt. Check that the gas cylinders have enough gas and that the demand regulators are connected. Use the scroll up, scroll down, and enter button to select Calibrate Only, Bump Only, or Bump Cow on Fail. If Bump Cow on Fail is selected and the instrument fails a bump test, the test stand automatically performs a full calibration. Place the instrument into the test stand. Close the test stand door to start the test. When the test is complete, check the control panel pass-fail indicator. If the pass indicator LED is lit, the instrument is ready for use. The Galaxy automated test system's components are the test stand and AC power module. Optional components are a replaceable battery pack, network interface, and memory card. The Galaxy system is expandable up to 10 test stands with any combination of instruments and up to 3 cylinder holders. When linking 2 or more Galaxy system test stands, only the last unit can accept a memory card. Special inserts adapt the Galaxy system to test MSA Altair 4, Altair 5, Altair Pro, Orion, Solaris, and Sirius gas detection instruments. The Galaxy system automatically identifies an inserted instrument, verifies calibration, bump tests, and calibrates, and stores calibration data. A charging circuit recharges units equipped with nickel metal hydride or lithium-ion batteries. To turn on the Galaxy system, plug in the AC power module or connect the replaceable battery pack. The Insert Instrument message flashes when the system is ready and idle. Do not insert an instrument until you see this message. Before attaching the cylinder holder, make sure the demand regulator is installed properly and that the gas tube is connected. Also, make sure that the cylinder has enough gas. Place the test stand on a stable, flat surface. There are 4 barbed fittings for fresh air or test gas cylinder connection on the left side of the unit and 4 inlet ports for attaching multiple units on the right. Align the cylinder holder's outlet ports to the test stand's inlet ports and press the units together until the mounting holes in the flange line up. Insert screws front and back. Tighten with a screwdriver. Do not over-tighten. Plug the power supply into the back of the unit. The plug is near the bottom. The replaceable battery pack and AC power module must not be used at the same time. Always disconnect the AC power module before connecting the replaceable battery pack. The replaceable battery pack can only power a single unit. When linking 2 or more units, each unit must have its own power supply. To use the battery pack, insert 4 AA alkaline batteries. The control panel has pass-fail indicators, a liquid crystal display, an Enter Return Accept button, and scroll up and down buttons. The Galaxy system offers several setup options. Access the setup menu by pressing the Enter Return Accept button while the test stand is idle. Use the up and down arrows to scroll through the menu options. To change the setup, scroll up or down to Change Setup. Press the middle button to accept. Setup mode is password protected. The default password is 672. Use the arrow buttons to scroll to 672 and then press the middle button to accept. After entering the password, the General Setup menu appears. Use the up and down arrows to change system settings such as time and date or to change the password. Check the manual for a complete list of settings. To set up calibration, go to General Setup and scroll to Bump Cal. Press Enter. The Bump Cal menu offers choices to Bump Only, Calibrate Only, Bump Calibrate on Failure. The Galaxy system automatically performs the selection when you insert an instrument. For example, to Bump Calibrate on Failure, scroll to Bump Cal on Fail and press the middle button. To perform a bump test instead, simply choose Bump Only, press OK, then scroll to Exit and press Enter. Go to Gas Setup to change cylinder gas assignments. The Galaxy system can accommodate up to 3 cylinder holders. Users can select cylinder gas assignments by cylinder part number or by gas and value. To select by gas and value, go to Cylinder Custom and scroll through the list. Select up to 5 gases for each cylinder. If you have fewer than 5 gases, set the remaining gases to None. The MSA Galaxy Automated Test System is designed to provide years of quality performance. Read and follow all instructions, including warnings, before using the Galaxy Automated Test System.